I guess we could get started. Okay. So today's call, I decided, is going to be on stress eating because
Ooh.
the past 3 days I've been under a lot of stress. And so I was like, okay, let's talk about this. Oh, here comes Nancy. We'll wait for her.
Hello.
Hello. We just started. So I was telling the girls that we're gonna talk about stress eating today. I think it's a good topic. I've been pretty stressed out the past couple of days, and so I feel like it's something that we can talk about. So just show of hands, if you don't want to unmute. How many of you stress eat? Okay. How many of you catch yourself in those moments and turn it around pretty quick? Nobody? Okay, how many of you catch yourself and then say, oh, well, I already started, might as well finish? Honesty. I think that's the majority of people who stress eat. It's already started, and so we might as well just finish and comfort ourselves with some food or treats or whatever it is. Some people use alcohol. Some people might have other means of stress eating. But I thought it would be a good topic today. Over the past really 2 days, the last 2 days have been pretty stressful for me. Not really Monday, but Tuesday for sure. I'm trying to renew my license, and I had a few things come up, and I had a lot going on yesterday. And then I decided at the end of the day to take my son driving. He's learning to drive, which probably wasn't the best thing to do at the end of a stressful day, because it ended not bad, but I was pretty stressed out by the end of that trip. And then so I went to bed. I was exhausted. My mind was going. I woke up like a million times over the night. I didn't stress eat though. And so I was really proud of that. I was in those moments where I wanted to. I was thinking about it a lot. I wanted to, stop at the coffee shop and get me a comforting coffee, get me a pastry. All of the things were kind of coming at me. But the thing that stopped me from stress eating yesterday was that I had nothing available to stress eat. And so all that was available for me to do was eat my Fitme plates, drink my water. So I just went ahead and did those things. One of the Fitme basics that we've talked about before, I don't know if you've heard of it, Nancy, since you're a little bit newer, but it's shop with your worst day in mind. Have you heard that one? No? So what shop with your worst day in mind is, when you go out to do your grocery shopping, and say you're going down the cookie aisle or the chip aisle, whatever it is, and you're about to grab something and put it in your cart, you stop and you ask yourself, on my worst day, when I'm feeling really bad, am I going to finish this whole box of cookies? Or am I going to go through this entire bag of chips? It may look good at the moment because maybe we ate a good lunch and we're just grabbing some snacks for the house. But in your worst moments, is that something that you're going to go straight to and finish it off, And so those different foods might be the foods that you would just not bring in your house at all. You just create that clear boundary of, I'm not going to buy this. I'm not going to keep it anywhere in my in my home, because that's kind of your sanctuary. And if you bring in the Doritos, if you bring in the ice cream, those are mine too. If those are in my house and I'm having a bad day, that's the first thing I'm going to go to. I'm not going to go to the water. I'm not going to go get me a Fitme plate out of the fridge. I'm going to go get the bag of chips and I'm going to eat it probably until it's gone. And if I don't, I'm going to keep going back to it until it's gone. So that's one of our Fitme basics is shop with your worst day in mind. The other thing I think is a really good strategy is make sure that you have quick, easy foods on hand all the time. So whether it's in your freezer, if it's like pre-made rice, pre-cooked meats, anything like that, that you can, when you're feeling bad, the last thing you want to do is cook a meal. So if you can grab something that's already pre-cooked and just put it in the microwave, it's a better option than stopping at the drive-thru on the way home. You just have to remind yourself in those moments, I've got food at home that I can eat. I don't have to cook it, just throw it in the microwave and there we go. Another thing is just to remind yourself on those stressful days to eat well and to drink your water. A lot of times when we're having those cravings, all we have to do is drink some water. Did that work? Are you still having the cravings? Maybe you just need to eat more food. Maybe you didn't eat enough breakfast. And so those cravings are coming on and the stress is coming on and you've got all this stuff going on. And so if you just stop yourself and eat something that you have either prepped or, like I said, a quick meal, and see if that works before you go for the coffee, the coffee shop coffee. The black coffee's fine. Just saying that. When our bodies are under stress, we tend to crave carbs, whether it's illness or just regular stress. You're kind of in this fight or flight mode. And so your body wants quick energy and it's going to crave those carbs. So if you don't have the carbs available, like the cookies and the pastries and the ice cream, then what are you going to go for? You're going to maybe get a piece of fruit or a better option, and see if that helps you. And it's going to make you feel a lot better too. I think when we're stressed out, when we start feeding ourselves a bunch of junk, it doesn't sit well in our stomachs. We just feel more exhausted. You get headaches, you get all the things going on, and it's just, you don't sleep well. It just turns into a bad situation altogether. So I think if we're feeding ourselves well and hydrating during those stressful times, it really does help. Some non-food options, you go for a walk. I like to look at walks as like my own quiet time. If I can't get quiet time in my home, if I can go on a walk by myself, listen to some music or listen to a podcast, that's kind of a way to unplug from what's going on in the house. Even at work, I've made walking during my lunch hour like a non-negotiable. I do it every day if the weather's good. Even today, it was freezing outside and I forgot my jacket. So I went to one of the buildings that has, it's 2-story, and I just went in circles, up and down stairs in circles, just to get away. Sometimes you got to pull yourself away from your workspace or whatever it is that's stressing you out. Another thing you can do is journal, do like a brain dump and just write everything that's bothering you out on paper or text it to a friend if they want to listen. And sometimes just getting it out of your brain will help. Breathing exercises. I know a lot of us do Tori deep breathing exercises, belly breathing. I've been doing that a lot, especially at night when I'm having trouble falling asleep. And it relaxes me to the point where I can then fall asleep and hopefully stay asleep. So those are some options that are non-food related that you can do to relieve stress as well. So I want to hear from you guys. What do you do in these stressful situations Or how do you, what are your strategies for working through them?
I definitely don't have it in my house, much like you. If it's here, I'm going to eat it. Um, but I've been doing Greek yogurt with fruit and a little granola when I want something sweet because I'm doing a reset off of sugar because I went crazy during the holidays. So I'm back to struggling to not have sugar. So I've been eating a lot more. Every night, I think almost every night, I have a Greek yogurt with
Mm-hmm.
some fruit, maybe sometimes with granola, sometimes without. I've also been tracking my food so that if I have to write it, maybe I won't eat it because I don't want to write it down. So
Yeah, that's
like
a
I'm
big one.
less
You
inclined
don't
to write
you don't
down
want
I
them to
ate a
see
bag of
it.
Doritos, right? I had a whole
You
bag
don't
of
want your
Doritos,
coach to see
family
it.
size. Right.
Yeah, I ate the whole bag of chips, not one serving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What
So
is
those are my
your
strategies.
go-to stress food when you're stressed out, Natika?
Cake, brownies.
Cake, brownies.
Mm-hmm. Ice
Yeah.
cream. So none of that. And it's crazy because my mom is going to be moving in with us. And as excited as everyone is that it's happening, I am dreading the food piece because she will be bringing the foods that I have not had in my house in years. They will be here because that's who she is. And it's just hard to teach an old dog new tricks. Like, I can say,
Mm-hmm.
Mom, I need you not to bring that stuff here because I don't have the willpower. And
Mm-hmm.
she's still gonna bring it because she's not giving it up. And I want her to feel welcomed. I want her to feel comfortable. But God, ugh,
Maybe
it's
after
stressing me out and it hasn't even
living
happened
there,
yet.
maybe after living there for a little while, she'll kind of catch on to what you guys are doing, and she'll realize that
I think
maybe
You're
it
gonna
everybody's
have to
gonna
is
go
keep.
down. Everybody's gonna hop on her train. Like the kids are excited because they know ice cream's gonna be back in the house. They're like, we're so looking forward. When she spends the weekend, her she stops before she gets here to buy the junk because she knows it's not here
Mhm.
already.
Oh,
You got to keep your goals in mind, I guess. It's going to be a test,
Mm-mm-mm.
a big
It
test.
keep making her
definitely
your
is.
eggs and asparagus.
So that she can eat, she'll eat that and then she'll have dessert.
Tell her,
And
Mom, you
she's a
got to eat this
dessert
first before you
after
eat
each
dessert.
meal type person. It's that. Mm.
Just the same way they did with us when we were
Oh,
kids. You got to eat your dinner
Yep.
before dessert.
you gotta eat your
Yep.
veggies first.
Mm.
What
Oh
about you, Raquel?
man.
What do you do when you stress eat?
Um,
Do you have any strategies to stop the cycle?
I don't think so. I can't have it in my house. I cannot. Um, I really indulged for the holidays and I kept it here until after, but I haven't brought it back into the house. Rick is still he's weaning off of the sweets a little bit harder than what I am. So what I did for him was I bought him, he asked for cookies, so I bought him cookies, but I bought him the individually wrapped ones. So that way it's not just a whole open container of Chips Ahoy cookies. They're not my favorite, but on my worst day, I'll eat them.
Mm-hmm.
And so if it's not open, I'm not likely to open it. So I got him just a little 4 pack of, I mean, there's like a 6 pack of 4 cookies. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and I think it's kind of helping him too with his portion size. So he's not eating like a whole sleeve of them. He's just having that 4. And so that kind of helped me. That's kind of helping right now. And I just stay busy.
Yeah.
I I stay busy. I try to distract myself, I guess, like just in the house and like, okay, I'm not going to sit and eat this bag of whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, let me go put some laundry away because that's freaking my nemesis. I hate laundry.
I love laundry.
Do
I can fold
you?
clothes
Oh
all
my
day
God.
long.
I'll do dishes. I'll do your dishes. I hate laundry.
I hate dishes. My husband does dishes and bathrooms. I'll do laundry.
Hate
It's
laundry.
a compromise.
It is. But I think that's my biggest thing is just not keeping it in the house because I'll eat. I mean, I'll just sweet, salty.
Mhm.
I'll I just I love all foods.
Do you ever try any non-food strategies, like the walking or anything like that when you're feeling really stressed?
At work, I do. When I'm at work, I have a little bit more flexibility where I can get up and step out instead of sticking
Mhm.
around and, grabbing another donut. Or if I get, the afternoon crash,
Yeah.
um, I'm able to get up and move my body more. I drink more water.
Mhm.
Um, that or electrolytes in my water. I don't know if that
Okay.
helps me or not, but I feel like that kind of does.
It probably does.
So, um, I have one of those little squeeze the Mio things that I'll put in my water in the afternoon with electrolytes and that. Um, but
What about you, Nancy?
I have less in the house, but the brownies get to live in the downstairs freezer. And if I want a brownie, I can go and get one, but I
Yeah.
get them one at a time and they're frozen. If I want a brownie, I can have a brownie.
Yeah. And that's a strategy. I think Coach Tabby does that, out of sight, out of mind. So she'll put those trigger foods in her freezer like that downstairs or somewhere where she's got to travel to go get it. And she says that as long as she doesn't have it like in the main refrigerator or pantry where she could see it, just the thought of I've got to go down there to get it, you're less likely to do that. But if you want it, it's there, you know.
And it's conveniently right next to my workout station. So it's like, I really want to walk past all that effort and get a brownie. And some days I
Yeah.
do, some days I don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I like to walk. That's my main thing. When I'm feeling super stressed is, well, I mean, I do journaling a lot too. I really like to do journaling. I don't always do a brain dump. It was suggested to me by another coach. And I think sometimes just sitting quietly and putting a few words down just to kind of get some of it out helps me a lot. But whenever I walk, I do a lot of thinking. I figure things out. I feel like that's my almost like office time for home. I do my problem solving. I figure things out, figure out where I want to go in life, and goal setting and all kinds of stuff happens when I walk. And so I really do love doing that. And yesterday I didn't get to. I had a lunchtime coaching call. I was able to do my morning walk, but I didn't get my lunch walk in. And then in the afternoon when I got home, you know, I took my son driving, and so I didn't get to do an evening walk. And it was almost like I felt the stress just coming and coming and piling on and piling on. So by the time we finished driving, I was just like, I'm going straight to bed, because I really wanted to sit down and eat a bag of popcorn. But, you know, I just went straight to bed and did those deep breathing exercises that Tori teaches us, and was able to fall asleep. And it was, you know, it was fine. I woke up, I still had a little bit of it, you know, because I didn't sleep well last night, but I went for my morning walk and was able to kind of breathe through it while I was walking. And today was a lot better. I was just working myself up, I guess. Does anybody have any other strategies or things they want to talk about with stress?
Can I chime in?
Oh, yes. I didn't know you were still there.
I'm listening. I'm just cooking dinner. I'm with all of you of like, I can't have it in my house. Literally my kids and I went through a bag of chips the other day because I was craving them. Hello, period cravings. But I think the biggest thing for us is like not restricting ourselves. So we keep a stash of dark chocolate in the cupboard and we have a piece, like whatever we want or whenever we're craving that sweet thing. And I think that's been the biggest thing because it keeps us from, buying the random candy bar or the cookies or whatever, because we know we have a good source of, dark chocolate in the cupboard that we can snack on or, whatever. That's been the biggest thing for me.
That's a good idea. I could do that. I would probably eat it all though. I love dark chocolate.
And then I sleep. My coping mechanism is sleep.
Yeah.
Probably not the best,
sleep.
but
I go to bed early. I'll tell my family I'm going to bed. I think I went to bed at 6:30 the other night.
Oh my goodness.
Because I was just so tired, and the night before that, I think it was like 7:30. My kids are old enough though to where they could put themselves to bed. And so I have that option. I know those with littler kids or younger kids, maybe not, but I just tell them, peace out. I'm out of here. Don't stay up too late.
I don't even announce it. I just disappear.
You just disappear? Sometimes I do that too. My husband stays up really late, and so he's around if they need him.
My daughter tells us all when we're going to bed. She's the boss.
Tells everybody.
She grabs the remote and he's like, here, turn it off. Let's go.
That's good.
So
That's good. Oh, does anybody have anything else? We're a little short on time today.
I like that, that we don't restrict ourselves and that we do still have our treats and stuff. I think like today I was standing in the line. I was at Albertsons, had to grab some stuff, but we're gonna go out of town this weekend. And my coach, we were talking and she's like, pick your treat dates. And so, this weekend is really gonna be a treat weekend for us, and I mean, I've got other things where, I'm taking other stuff too, but when I was standing in line at Albertsons, the Reese's peanut butter sticks are right there looking me like eye level. And I'm like, seriously, you have to be right in front of my face? And I just, I stood there and I'm like, no, I'm saving my treat for, we're going out to dinner. I'm going to have my treats this weekend, right? Because is it really worth me grabbing the Reese's? Can I have them? Yeah, I can have them. But what I do consistently is what matters, right? So if I have Reese's sticks today, and then tomorrow we're having donut celebration, and then this weekend we're going, and I'm going to indulge a little bit more in the treats, well, then that becomes consistent, and it's not just a treat, it's now back a habit. So I like having that, I've learned that. I'm glad that I've learned that, and that's, I was able to pass on it and not have it for my stressed out moment,
Yeah. And sometimes I just do it when I'm not even stressed. Like what do you call it? The convenience foods when you're checking out at the grocery store. I would just grab a bag of M&Ms every time I went by those things. not even really thinking about it. And then I'd eat it in the
Me
car on the
too.
way home.
Me
And
too, with the Dr. Pepper.
yeah, and I would do that with like Doritos, little bag of Doritos. I would just grab something because I was standing there waiting and I was bored and I'd grab it. And when I started doing grocery orders, that kind of changed a lot of that. Because I didn't have those options in front of me anymore. And now when I go into the grocery store, I see it, but it kind of, like, I stop myself and I ask myself, like Raquel said, do I really want this right now? Because if I do grab it and I decide, like for me personally, if I do grab it, then that leads to something else somewhere else and something else somewhere else. Like, I don't know why, but it's just like this cycle with me. Like the first time I do it, it's going to happen the next day. It's going to happen the next day. And it's harder for me to stop. So for myself, if I'm doing like a no sugar thing, I just really have to keep it out of my house completely, because I don't have the control. I haven't figured that part out yet. And it's usually when I'm doing something like this reset, where sugar's my goal is to not have any sugar throughout the whole month. And so next month, maybe I'll have different goals and I might have a few more little snacks here and there, but I'm not like in a weight loss season or anything. So it's not like I can't have it. It's just, I think I know what I can control right now, what I can't, and certain things I just have to stay away from.
We're with you. That's why the brownies are in the freezer downstairs.
Yeah. I don't even have any in my freezer.
I have a box in my cupboard and I'm like, do I really want them? Do I really want to make these?
Yeah, no. No, if I have to
Yeah.
make them, forget it. I think I've had a box of cake mix in my pantry for 3 years. I just don't want to make it. I should probably throw it out. All right, ladies, it's time for bed. It's 7:00. Everybody go to bed. Are you cooking? Are you barely making dinner, Jamie?
It's 6 o'clock. She's 6 o'clock
Oh,
at her
Yeah,
time.
it's only
I know,
6
I
here.
know.
It's dinner time.
It's 9 o'clock at Natika's. I'd be out.
I know. Well, you guys have a good night. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you.
Don't
I'm
stress
definitely
out.
going to bed.
You're going to bed. Me
Good
too. I'm going to
night.
bed too. Hey, good night.
I'm gonna go have dinner.
Night.
Bye.
Have fun.
Bye.